everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the concept of private and shared assemblies. So private assemblies which are related to only one application, then it is said to be a private assembly. One application means I am writing a code in one language or I am using it for only one purpose, then it is said to be a private assembly. Okay, mainly all the applications it will be in the DLL, nothing but your dynamic linking library, your applications it will be present. Okay, that is said to be your private assembly, which is related to a single application, which is not said to be shared by any other application. That is said to be a private assembly. Another type of assembly is your shared assembly, mainly when it is said to be a DLL. Okay, when you say it will be in the DLL, it's nothing but your private assembly. When it is said to be shared onto a GAC, nothing but global assembly cache. When you are placing that file onto a GAC, then it becomes the shared assembly. Okay, so there are two types. Remember, it is private and it is shared. So when your file is being placed on a GAC, that becomes a shared assembly. Okay, GAC, that you will be learning next, what will be there in the GAC. Okay, so benefits of the private assembly, why it is said to be benefitable is that it is used for only one application. So all the data it will be stored onto a bin directory, and everything it will be stored in that particular bin only, and you extract from the bin. That is the advantage, and it is used for a specific purpose only. So that is the advantage, that it is used for only that particular task only, not used for all the tasks. Okay, that is the advantage. And whereas disadvantage is nothing but it cannot be used for many applications. That becomes the disadvantage. Okay, how to create an assembly? Mainly your assembly it will be placed onto a sn.exe utility. It's nothing but a strong naming utility which you will be learning in the next session. That every data it will be placed onto a SNEXE utility, and it will be stored onto a GAC utility. So which becomes what? Your application, it is strongly named, means it is not fully protected. Okay, your information, and it is being placed on the GAC utility. When it is said to be globally shared, you want to share it to multiple applications, then you use it in the GAC. Okay, like this a file it is being created. For example, you are said to be using it your application with a subtraction method in the max operation. Okay, it is being used. So that max operation, all the files it will be stored in the library, that is your dynamic linking library it will be stored. Okay, when it is said to be dynamic linking library, okay, when I create a main method, when I am said to be calling that particular method, whichever it is there, your file in the beginning it will be in the DLL. Each and every time whichever part submodule you are creating, it will be in the DLL. Whenever you want to access somewhere else, you want to access is, how do you access it is through your created exe file which is there, through which you are said to be accessing that particular file. Creating somewhere and calling somewhere, that is said to be the main aspect. You are calling it through the exe file you are calling, which is said to be creating the file. And another concept is there called as the GAC, nothing but the global assembly cache, which will help you out in accessing the files everywhere wherever you want. That is the main advantage of it. And special disk folder it will be there. In that folder you place all the files which are there, shared assemblies, and it will be located in the drive, any of the drives, that is C drive you can say, Windows and assembly folder it will be present. Any of your files you can check it out, it will be placed in Windows and assemblies it will be present. So next is if you want to add an external tool into your application, how do you add it? Is you have to go to the option that is your tools option. In that external tools you can access it, and one of the external tools is your ILDAS, nothing but intermediate language disassembler tool. Mainly it will be used for the purpose of examining the MSIL code and the parts of the assembly it is being used. Okay, and it will be present in the Visual Studio IDE, it will be present. Okay, this is how you can check out with the external tool. How do you go? Is you go to the tools option. Okay, in the tools option you have the external tools option that you have to select, and afterwards if you choose here, you can create an GUID or you can have an external tool, that is ILDSM. When you choose it and say OK, it will be placed in your option, that is tools. External assembly is being created and it will be shown in front of you in the tools part. Okay. Then view the content of the assembly, you have to just go to file and click it open. Then it will be showing you the file with all its contents, which and all files are said to be present in your programmatic console, that it will be present. So now in the previous session we have created an assembly, that is your math. That assembly, it will be shown in front of you with particular assembly. You can open that particular assembly. Okay, and after opening you can even check out with the manifest within the files. How do you check it as? You have to go to the files option, there you have the manifest. In that manifest you can check out for the manifest which you are using. It has its versions, codes, everything, it will be present in that particular manifest. Okay, and in the manifest you have whichever method which you are using, whichever constructor you are using, that it will be shown in front of you. Okay, so okay. So in this session you have learned about what do you mean by private and shared assemblies, and you are using the concept of the strong naming, you are using the shared assemblies, you are using the benefits of private assembly also you have seen. Then you have the GAC which you have learned, and the ILDASM that you have learned, external through tools through which you can access the file and you can view the file, that you have learned in this session. Okay, thank you.